Happy Valentine's, everyone! Let's talk about the PSEI. Where's the market headed? And what's the current direction, trend? And what are the charts telling us? Should you buy? Should you sell? Should you avoid? Or if you have positions, should you hold the stock? So if you want to know more about that, then check this video out. Hi everyone, this is Marvin German. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and if you want to know more about the stock market, investing, entrepreneurship, and how you can hit your goals of financial freedom, please subscribe and smash the bell so every time I create a new video, you get updated and you get to be part of Filipinos learning the ropes on how they can reach their goals of financial freedom. So what are you waiting for? Smash the bell, subscribe, and stay till the end of the video. Hey guys, so let's do this on a very red Valentine's, on a Friday, on a weekend. It looks like people started to take profits. Why? Because the PSEI, as of the close today, hit 7,282. It was down. Now, let's look at what the charts are telling us. But before I tell you what the charts are telling us, please remember, we have still yet to see the effects of the volcano, the economic impact of it in the Philippines, and this is what a lot of people have been talking about, the impact of the coronavirus, not just in the Philippines, but also in the world. Please remember, this will impact tourism, and if it impacts tourism, automatically it will impact a lot of, please remember, a lot of the transportation that's happening, not just in the Philippines, but in and out of other countries as well. And since there's a lockdown in China, what about all of the things that we are importing and exporting from that countries, and all of the other things that other countries are also getting from them? How does it impact all of the spending that's going on, and how does it impact also other companies as well? So that's the underlying theme that's causing a lot of people to also want to be in the sidelines as well. But let's look at what the charts are telling us. So what I'm going to do first is, still, if I zoom out, as you all know, my technique is we look at the charts from a very holistic manner, and then we start zooming in as well, so at least you see the main direction, the main narrative. As what I've been saying in the previous videos, after a very strong uptrend, you see this entire portion here. Looks like the market's still consolidating. Anyways, I'll zoom in here. From a short-term perspective, this is what you could possibly do. You know that, hey, this downward movement was done, then it started to move up. However, the push up was also broken. Now, as you all know, as it started to push up, it did not really form an uptrend. It did really form a push headed up. That's why it started to move on a shorter scale. It started to move sideways. But here's the thing about that. After it started to move sideways, I'll try to clear some of this so it's easier for you to see. After it started to move sideways, this is what we do know. There's a resistance at 8,500. There's a resistance at the 8-1 level. But there's also the two moving averages here. One, the 200-day moving average, which is pretty much longer than the 100-day moving average, which is also long, but not as long as the 200-day moving average. That being said, the 200-day moving average, starting November 2019, was already bearish. The 100-day moving average also, we also broke down that level. And what we're seeing right now is a result of that bearish movement. Please remember, the goal of charts is not to forecast, it's not to predict what will happen, but it's just to take things as it is. That if we're right, we maximize. If we're wrong, we cut, we get away from the position, and you know how to minimize your losses. Please remember this. People always say that technical analysis does not excuse you from losses. That's true. Why? Because at the end of the day, it will never prevent you from having mistakes. But what it does is, when you're wrong, it tells you when to go out. Anyways, that being said, after this bearish move, you had this support level at the 7465 level. Prior to January last year, it protected the market last December, it protected the market last October, it protected the market last May, then it protected the market last January. That would have been a very strong underlying support if you watch my interviews in Bloomberg and my other videos talking about the PSEI, I mentioned it over and over and over. As long as we stay up around the 7.4 level, we're protected, we're shielded. The market will move probably short term 7.477 or 7.481 or 7.485, which will make it the broader range. That being said, we broke from the 7.4 level. Now that also being said, allow me to zoom in. As I start to zoom in, see this? After the breakdown last January, it tried to push back up. However, because of the push back up, the previous resistance is now the previous support is now the new resistance, and that's what I've mentioned in my last Bloomberg interview. That being said, also after failing to stay above this level, breakout, fail, then it started to push down again. If the selling continues, this is where I believe it could possibly go. As you all know, there was some sort of buying that happened at the 7,130 level. So if selling will continue, next possible landing spot will be at the 7,130 level for the PSEI. If that does hold and it presents itself as a good support level, then the possible solution is it bounces, and as it starts to bounce, it could have a next resistance at the 7.5 level. For those who are watching ETFs or index funds, possible trading range for this is 4.7%. If the 7,130 level does not hold, zoom out, possible landing spot will be the 6,945 level. Then the next landing spot for it will be at the 6.8 level. Looking at RSI, we're not yet oversold yet. Even though there's selling that happened, we're still below the 20-day moving average. We're also below the 50-day moving average. And if you add the 100-day moving average, we're also below the 100-day moving average. So 200, 150, and 20-day moving average, all moving average are pretty much still bearish, not on our side, not telling us to buy yet. No reversal signal from a short, mid, and long-term perspective. And if I'll remove RSI and I'll replace that with MACD, even if you're looking at MACD, as you do know, for those who attended the stock market sessions, you know what it means when a MACD is below the zero line crossing. It's still telling us that it's still bearish. It's still telling us that we don't have a reversal signal yet as of this point in time. So that's where the PSEI is. Possible retracement, if it does not hold the 7.1 level, it can go down to 6,946. If selling continues, it could go to as low as 6.8. And please remember this, the 6.8 level, the last time we hit the 6.8 level was 2018, November 2018. We did it twice, October 2018 and November 2018. If we don't hold 6,946, possible narrative is we go back to the 6,800 level. Majority of the indicators are still showing us it's still bearish. There's no signal yet telling us to come in. But rest assured, I'll keep you updated. If there's new developments that will cause people to buy. So since we're nearing March already, you will see more and more earnings disclosures. If there are certain earnings disclosures that will cause people to buy higher, then that could be a possible catalyst. But that being said, unless we see something that will cause people to buy from the charts, we can't really expect any reversal happening. So as of this point in time, there's no reversal yet. As of this point in time, majority of the indicators that I'm showing you is saying that we don't have a buy signal yet for the stock, and the signals that are telling you here are the possible retracement areas where it could possibly go. Another thing that I'd like to mention is this: if it hits 7,465 again and breaks out, it has to stay at that level for it to possibly move up as well. So are you guys learning? Comment below if you're learning. Comment below if you're getting something from this. And because we're talking about the PSEI, I want to talk about Ayala Land also, because Ayala Land has a large, influence on the index. How Ayala Land moves, it influences how the index will also move as well. So if you look at it here, it's still pretty much on the downward channel that I created on a previous video. I made this just to show you guys that when a stock is in a downtrend, it will continue and go and flow under that progression. So it has to escape this particular downward channel where it's not yet there. It has to break past that, and if I'll put another resistance here from a range perspective, it has to significantly break out from the 41 level for it to actually have a shot of reversing. But I'll put the 200-day moving day average here. The 200-day moving average is around the 47 peso level, way still far from where we are as of today. So why am I saying this? If you want to see the market start to reverse, you want to see Ayala Land start to push up, number one, it must break out from this downward channel. The resistance is 44. Number two, it must break out from the 47.5 level. If I'll add another resistance here, you look at the 100-day moving average, it's mimicking and it's moving similar to where the downward channel is. If I'll put the 50-day moving average, it's also supporting the 44 level. So 50-day moving average equivalent to the 44 peso level. Downward channel is following the 100-day moving average. Then the 200-day moving average is following the resistance at the 47 peso level. So that's how it possibly is. That's how it could possibly go, and that's how the stock will move over a stretched period of time. So I hope you got a lot from all of this. I hope this is something that is helping you. Comment if you guys have any other questions, any other stocks that you guys want me to analyze, and I'll try to make more videos off of that for all of you as well, because that's the whole thing. That's my whole style. I just want to help you, and I want you guys to win, because I really believe the technical analysis, if done well, done properly, studied well, is what will help you make your money grow over the long term. So I guess that's it for now. All of the links to all of my seminars are down below. Because of the travel ban in Taiwan, we weren't able to go, but we're definitely gonna reschedule it to another date. I'm so excited to be there, but because PAL canceled our flights, I have no means to actually go there also. But rest assured, I'm pretty excited to go back there again and do it for all of you guys. So I guess that's it. All of the other seminars are in the links below. March Manila, April London, May Singapore and Doha Qatar, June in Auckland, July in Sydney, November we're doing Dubai and Tokyo. Then I have online videos, online courses with Chinkitan and Shansi. They're all in the description. And for those who want to order my books via Shopee, all of the details for you to order are just in the description below. So I guess that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.